Oh, hey, by the way, we were talking about this a few weeks ago that I had this mug, but I couldn't remember the name of the town.
Cooperstown?
Cooperstown. That's where the Baseball Hall of Fame is. That's
okay.
a cool. This is an old school mug, I think. This looks very old. I mean, just the size alone, like nobody drinks cups of coffee this small anymore.
Yeah, because why even bother at that point?
Well, because I can have another one after this, and that way it's hot.
Oh,
instead of having one
I have
gigantic,
two large cups of coffee every day.
Oh well, that's also fine.
Yeah,
this is my first cup of coffee of the day, and all I ate for breakfast was like 3 or 4 spoonfuls of oatmeal.
Oh,
just because
you just feel like you didn't have the room for it for
yeah, man. Like it's old age creeping up on me,
Mm-hmm.
So I got this chick that I work with. She's not like in my group, but she's in my department or whatever. So, we all know each other. And she's a Korean postdoc. And
what does that mean?
It means that she's from Korea, more specifically South Korea. Although I'd be more impressed if she got out of North Korea. I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
Is it?
No, I know. I'm being a smartass. It's a postdoctoral scholar, so it's like you got your PhD, and then, you go, like diversity in your education is like a big thing in like higher education, right? So like you go get a bachelor's degree somewhere, and then if you want a PhD, you should go somewhere else.
Okay.
Right, and then if you want to go do a postdoc, because like especially if you want to be a professor, getting a postdoctoral scholar position helps beef up your resume. Ideally, you want to go do that in like a third university. So you got to be willing to move around, I guess. So anyway,
right.
She got her undergrad degree, I think, in Korea, and then she got her PhD in like Austria. So that's cool. And then she's doing her postdoc, in our department. But anyway, she's constantly mooching off of me like food. Like just always, like she runs into me in the hallway and she forgot her lunch, or it's like 3 o'clock and she has low blood pressure, and she's just like, Chris, do you have any candy? And I'm like, yeah, dude, you know where it is, and she just goes in my office and opens the candy drawer. And I mean, I don't mind. Like I'm making it sound like I mind. I really don't. I really don't.
Can I have a bite of that?
Oh, no. But she knows that I have like food and beverages stockpiled in my office.
Yeah.
So she can come in there, or like, she tries to pay me back by like she bought me like her favorite brand of instant coffee.
Well, that's nice of her.
Because instant coffee is I think here people look down on instant coffee, but like in Asia, I think it's a lot more common.
I'm trying to get my camera. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Stop messing with it, because now
you gotta.
Now it's going to be all screwed up in the software. I'm not going to change it, because which one of us is going to look like idiots? Just don't. Okay. It's perfect.
That's fine. I just wanted to be settled.
You are centered. All right. Anyway,
now I am.
So she buys me this box of this instant coffee, and it's in a box because it's got little sleeves. So you just open a sleeve, and it has it has the instant coffee and the creamer and the sugar all together. So you just dump that into a cup with very little water. It only makes like 4 ounces of coffee. But anyway, she buys this for me because she's like, "Oh, this is the best." It's Korean, of course, but this is the best instant coffee there is. But then, like,
you're like hell it is.
What?
You're like, I don't believe that for a second. Probably, she says it's the best.
I mean, we all have our brand loyalties, but she knows where it is in my office, and she keeps coming in there and just taking it, because she wants coffee.
So she gave it to you, and now she's
she's had far more of it than I have. But anyway, to bring this back to how this got started. Yesterday, she brought me 2 packages of like they look like instant noodle. I mean, I guess they kind of are instant noodle packages, but it's not soup. Like it's these black bean noodles, right? So you cook the noodles, and then you put this black bean sauce on top, and mix it up, and you eat it like noodles, not like soup. But then she was telling me like, oh, it's better if you put like you get some ground pork, and you like brown that in a pan, and then like some spring onions and then some eggplant. So I did all that last night. And she gave me 2 packages specifically so that, it was enough for both my wife and myself. Yeah. And I don't know, man. I'm just too old to eat that stuff.
Yeah. Like was it just not good, or was it just too much?
it's just really oily, because like you have to put oil in the pan to cook the onions and the eggplant, and then you got to take those out of the pan and then put some oil in the pan and then cook the pork.
Too much oil.
Then it comes with oil, like little oil packets, because it's like sesame oil to help season it. But then while you're eating it, it's just so oily. But, that's a lot. Like if you go out to a Chinese restaurant, like a lot of that food is oily. But same thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just getting too old.
Right. You just
to be eating that stuff.
It fills you up a lot quicker.
Yeah. And it really hangs around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, I thought you were going to say you went through all this trouble to make it, and it was terrible.
It wasn't. It was fine. It wasn't. I wouldn't be tripping all over myself to go have it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, tell me what you would. Here's my question for you, so we can try to.
In episode 36.
Oh yes, thank you.
This is episode 36.
That's right. We have to talk about. We have corrections for this episode. Yeah. First of all, last episode was 35, not 34. Which is a bummer for me because I like numbers that are divisible by 5. So I would have been happy knowing at the time that it was episode 35. But also, I got corrected this morning actually in my Discord about we mentioned last episode. We mentioned Better Than Ezra and Semisonic, and I believe it was me. Just. Credit where credit is due, negative credit, right? Taking responsibility for my words. I think I accused both of those bands of being one-hit wonders.
Better Than Ezra is not a one-hit wonder. They had 2.
That's what this guy pointed. He's like, they had like 3. I forgot what he said. I think he said they had 3 hits and Semisonic had 2 or the reverse. But I totally forgot. Better Than Ezra has that song Desperately Wanting.
Yeah,
that's such a good
grass.
song. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, that's such a good song.
It is.
And then they had that other song called like In the Blood or something like that. That was also a radio hit. And that one's also, both of those songs are better than the verse one. Good. Mm-hmm. But Desperately Wanting is just a really. And then I ended up looking up on Wikipedia. There was a little like the Wikipedia article for that song. There was like a little blurb of the lead singer whose name I don't remember, talking about what the song is about and everything, and that made me like the song like even more. So
really,
but then Semisonic also had that singing in my sleep song.
I don't know that song.
Yeah, if you heard it, I think you'd be like, oh yeah.
Maybe I would. Better Than Ezra also did a purely average cover of the song "Laid" by James.
Oh.
Just so you know, it's just like a really, really average cover of that song.
You know what sucks about Better Than Ezra is their bass player. Like I saw the list of like the personnel or whatever in the group, and there's this guy and his last name is Drummond, like Mr. Drummond from yeah,
Different Strokes.
Yeah, his last name is Drummond, but he's not the drummer. Come on, man! Like you're growing up and your name is Drummond, and you're like, I want to start playing music. I don't know what instrument to pick. I'll take bass.
Yes, I think
bass is for guys like me who want to play the guitar but are too dumb.
Yeah, I think that if your name is close to like a musical instrument or the act of playing it, you should be
maybe
legally
life's
required.
trying to tell you something. Is all I'm saying.
Well, I think you should be legally required to play that instrument.
I mean, it's like that. There's that Jerry Seinfeld joke, about like if you were born and your parents named you Jeeves, then probably you're.
Then you got to be a butler.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's like they're setting the course of your life for you.
Yeah. Well, really quick, I want to because this I'm talking about legally obligated to do that stuff. I want to address my own bit of stupidity.
Oh, all right.
Like a week and a half ago when I was leaving on vacation.
Yeah.
And I heard the song Manic Monday on the radio, and I sent you a message.
Yeah, you were real hot under the collar about this.
and I sent you a message and I said it should be illegal to play a song about a day of the week not on that day of the week.
Yes, and I completely agreed with you when you said that. And I came up, I brought examples, right? I said like, Montel Jordan's "This Is How We Do It," Because the first line of the song is, "This is how we do it. It's Friday night." You should only play that song on a Friday night. Saturday night's a good night for fighting by Elton John. Don't listen to that unless it's a Saturday.
How about Friday I'm in Love by Cure?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Or what was that, Saturday in the Park? I think it was the 4th of July. Don't listen to that song if it's not a Saturday. And for the love of God, do not ever play Saturday Night Slam Masters if it's not literally Saturday night.
Yeah.
Anyway, please continue.
Yeah, that's like please continue to like tell us about your stupidity.
Yeah. So Manic Monday was on.
Yeah. So, but like to set the stage, I was leaving on vacation with the family.
Yeah.
And you like came up with all these examples, and I said, and playing Manic Monday on a Friday, and you're like, it's Monday.
Yeah, it was Monday.
It was Monday, and it was like a combination probably of the fact that it felt like Friday because I was going on vacation.
I get it.
I'd like worked on stuff like over the weekend, so it felt like it was actually Friday, and I felt real stupid.
Yeah, you should. I mean, you should have felt stupid. I told my wife about it, and I mentioned like you couldn't like I've had it happen before where like I thought it was Friday and it was Thursday or something like that.
Yeah.
But like you were literally, like mathematically, you can't be any farther off than that.
Exactly. Yes. That is true. I felt real stupid, and I've been thinking about it constantly because it's so stupid that it happened.
Yeah.
That I feel as though I have to tell everybody about it. Like I should be shamed about it.
I don't think you should be shamed. I mean, I think at least for you that was like a one-off thing, you know? Like I feel like I have a job where I literally get paid to be smart and like I'm not. And so like I just feel stupid every single day.
and everybody else is way smarter than you. Think?
I'm definitely indisputably the dumbest person at my job.
But do they have like YouTube shows? They don't have YouTube shows about video games.
No. But I mean, I'm the only person that thinks that. But then that just makes me think that those people are not as smart as I thought they were.
Well, you're way smarter than me.
Says who? I don't think that's necessarily
I don't know.
True.
Probably says your degrees or your job.
That stuff
really.
That stuff means nothing. But no, I am the only person at work that has a YouTube show. That's true. And everybody at work, just about everybody, found out about my YouTube show. Mm-hmm. Not by like I don't spread that around. Like I try to keep.
Are they listening to this? You think too?
Maybe it's possible. I try to keep. It's like the George Costanza thing. He wants to keep his worlds separate. That's kind of how I am. I just want to keep it separate. But like. Somebody found out about it, and then they went and told everybody else about it, and so like now everybody knows. And like I don't. See, the thing is, they're all younger, so they think it's cool. Like, oh wow, this guy's like a YouTube celebrity or whatever, Which no, I'm not, but they think that. Whereas I think it's kind of embarrassing.
I always I tend to downplay it. I mean, like, it's like not even. I always tell people, you probably think it's boring.
Oh, I assume everybody thinks that everything. That's the whole reason I like having a show. Is like, and I've said that many times before. Like, anybody listening to this or watching my show, like you're doing so voluntarily. So if you think I'm boring, then that's your fault for making poor life decisions when it comes to,
Maybe being boring or being attracted to boring people is their kink.
Yeah. Maybe. That is a kink, though, because there's I just found out about that not long ago. There's a kink where, this is crossing into territory of things I don't necessarily want to talk about on the show, but, if you say, a woman, is like a starfish, in bed, she just lays there.
I thought, is that what it is?
Well, I think there's multiple terms for it, as is the case in general, but that's one of the terms. That's like a kink for some guys. Like they want her to act completely bored. Maybe it makes them try harder. I don't really know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I can't say I can relate.
Yeah. Well, that's good, I hope. Okay, so anyway, I came up with this scenario this morning to ask you.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, it's very stupid, but okay, so you get up in the morning, you go take a shower, right? You get out of the shower, you go, into your bedroom, wherever it is that you store your clothing, and you go to get dressed. And you open, I don't know if you have a dresser where you keep your underwear, but let's just say, for the sake of argument, you open the drawer where your underwear is, you have no clean underwear.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't know, right? This is like a surprise, you don't have any clean underwear. What are you gonna do in that situation?
I'm just gonna put yesterday's back on.
Okay. Like matter
it's
what.
not even a I won't even think about it.
Do you turn it inside out before you do that, or do you turn it around the other way, or you just?
No, it's not like I'm sitting there like sweating profusely, like I have swamp nuts going on like all day long.
Yeah.
Where it's just like all like, like my underwear is like all greasy and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
The next day, like I'll just do that.
Yeah.
And then I'd find some clean underwear.
Yeah. That's it.
I was gonna ask you. Because
you were going to ask me that, and I beat you to it.
Well, it's funny because you asked me about like clothes, and recently, I have two racks in my closet, right? And one of them, like they all have like hangers on it, right? It's like pretty big, and
so you're saying you have stuff hung up here, and then a second row of stuff hung up.
Yes.
Okay. Got
it. And like almost all of it was like empty. Like I had all my T-shirts like in my drawers and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I decided like, what? I got all this space. I'm just going to like hang up all of my T-shirts.
Ooh.
Because, like why not, right? You can get 30 hangers for $3.
Yeah.
At Target. So, I mean, where you at on like hanging up T-shirts? Because I feel like that is something maybe I did a long time ago. I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
And now I'm just doing it again because I
Yeah.
wasn't using that space for anything else.
So I don't hang up my T-shirts, but this is why, though. My concern,
Okay.
well, first of all, I have very limited closet space because I'm married to a woman.
Person who has a lot of clothes.
Yeah. She has a lot of clothes. A lot of nice clothes, though. She's a very snappy dresser.
Okay.
Something my grandma would say, oh, she's a very snappy dresser.
You know,
my wife
mom
is much
used to
more
always say,
stylish, I would say, than I am. So she has like a lot of clothes. Like she buys lots of dresses.
My
She's big
mom
into
used to always
dresses.
say, "Oh, that's really sharp."
Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah, oh, you look sharp today. But I don't think you would say that to a woman, though. Like, oh, you look sharp.
Why not?
That's how you say guys look sharp, I think.
Yeah. But sharp's a good word. I think that you don't really hear it as much. It's like a
That's true. We should bring that back.
like a
'cause I like
'60s and
that one.
'70s term. I think.
Let's try to bring it back.
Sure.
Okay. Anyway, so I don't have a whole lot of space to store things, but even if I did, I've never been someone that hangs up T-shirts, and my only thing is my concern would be the neck on the shirt getting stretched out.
Oh, okay. I get that.
Just because of the way the hangers today, like these 10 for $1, or for some reason you put it 30 for $3. Like, why not say 170 for $17 if you're going to do that? But, just the way they're like triangles and they're plastic, so they're slippery. It's just like, I feel like it could. Because to me, it's like if a T-shirt gets the neck stretched out, that's it. Like now it's something I'm just going to sleep in. And then eventually, when it gets a hole in it, throw it. It's like that's the first. It's got one foot in the grave when the neck is stretched out.
Mm-hmm.
So I like just folding my shirts, and I have like a little, like my closet. I have one level, to hang things, and then I have a couple of shelves next to that. And so like all of my pants and my shorts are folded up on one shelf, and then all of my T-shirts, which I really need to go through because I have a lot I don't wear, are on the other shelf, just folded up.
Yeah.
But I mean it's not like I wouldn't like go into somebody's house and see if they hung up their shirts and think it was weird. I'm just saying, like, I just don't do it because I'm worried about the neck getting stretched out.
Yeah, I
now,
get
if
that.
you told me
I
you
never
went
really,
and got,
I guess I never really thought about that, but
yeah,
it's true. But the reason I hung things up in this instance is because, like, yes, I have too many T-shirts, But I also found like a bunch of T-shirts that I hadn't worn in a super long time. I'm like, oh, I forgot I had this. Like I want to, because I just found it buried.
Sure.
Like I had like a drawer with my T-shirts in it, but I had like more in the closet, and they were just like stacked up, and it was like multiple stacks.
Seems like you have too many T-shirts.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But I'm just saying there's a lot of T-shirts in there that I forget that I have because they get other shirts put on top of them, or they get like blocked from view.
See, what you got to do is when the T-shirts come out of the wash, you put them at the bottom of the stack so that you get constant rotation. And then if you get shirts that come up on the top of the stack and you're like, oh, I don't like that shirt, then you should get rid of it.
Well, the thing is, you know, that's coming from someone who has to like go to a job like most days. When I'm just here,
me? Yeah. Well, I try not to wear T-shirts to work anyway. That's unprofessional.
Well, but the thing is,
my job, that would be unprofessional, not anybody's.
The thing is that I don't, like, I work from home almost entirely the entire time. So the last several years, like throughout like COVID and everything, I had like 10 T-shirts that I just like cycled through because, you know, like I sometimes go like a week without going anywhere.
Sure.
And I just got in this habit of just like using these same ones over and over again. I'm not going to like wear the good shirt to like hurry up and stay home.
You have like good T-shirts?
Well, I mean, just like
these are my fancy going out to eat dinner T-shirts? I just don't understand what
No, just like the ones that I like care about. I mean,
to me, it's just like I have T-shirts that are comfortable. Like those are the T-shirts that I prioritize. These are my most comfortable shirts. Yeah. And if a shirt's not comfortable, that's when I don't really want to. But I don't have T-shirts where I'm like, oh, I don't want to put excessive wear and tear on that one. Mm-hmm. That's just me. But I don't. Maybe I don't have that cool of T-shirts. I don't. You know.
Like I didn't want to put excessive wear and tear on my Sub Pop T-shirt.
Well, that makes sense.
So I forgot about it.
Yeah.
And I like lost it, and I recently found it, and I said, "Why? I have wanted to wear this so many times, and I couldn't find it."
Yeah. Well,
that was probably the reason that I decided to hang up my T-shirts.
Yeah.
And it's just because I have the space, you know.
Yeah.
And they're low to the ground. So
what does that have to do with anything?
It doesn't have to do with anything.
Okay.
I mean, I was like, oh well, if they droop too much, like at least they're not just like they're touching the ground at least.
Okay. All right. Maybe.
I don't think gravity, right? How's that work?
Yeah.
I mean,
nobody knows how that works.
But yeah, I mean that's where I'm at on my T-shirts.
Yeah.
You know, I dropped off my kids at Carnegie Camp today, which is like they put on a play. Like they go for a week and they like build sets.
Yeah.
They write a script and they put on a play, and that's happening tomorrow. And when I pulled out, I turned on the radio, and the song "This Is How You Remind Me" by
the Puddle of Mud? Oh, Nickelback.
No,
that's right.
Nickelback was.
It's
playing.
all the same, but yeah.
And it ended, and I changed the channel, and it was playing on another channel as well.
Oh wow, that's like,
You know, like that doesn't happen very often, but it makes you wonder if, you know, like these radio stations, like, oh, they're playing this. That's a good move. We got to play this one. Or
I don't like that song, but I can 100% sing along with it just because I've heard it so much. Like I know all the words to that song.
Yeah,
I don't hate it. It's just like we talked about that before. I don't understand the Nickelback. Like if anybody says, "Oh my God, I hate Nickelback," I'd be like, "That's weird." But if anybody said, "Oh, I'm a huge Nickelback fan," I would also think that's weird. Like Nickelback's just sort of there.
Yes,
I like that Photograph song though. I think it's called Photograph. You know, it's a pretty good song.
It's just like it exists in the ether, I guess.
But you can say that. I'm not trying to even single out Nick. There's tons and tons of bands you can say that. Like, you know, it's like most of what's on the radio, probably.
Like Better Than Ezra.
I mean, I would rather listen to Better Than Ezra than. I mean, to be quite honest with you, like I feel like the album that with the song I just mentioned with the Wet Grass, Desperately Wanting. I almost want to listen to the rest of that album just to hear what it's like. Maybe it's good.
Maybe I should do that before going to the show.
Deep cuts, whatever you call it.
Hey,
on
speaking of shows,
Yes.
when's that Postal Service Death Cab show coming up for you?
It's not till like October, man. Like when I bought the tickets, it was like it's like a year from now.
Okay. See, you bought the tickets like last summer.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
But it was I figured, well, that's going to sell out, so I had to jump on it immediately.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that.
I was going through. I was like flipping through Instagram, and I saw a thing about how they like released like a double vinyl of something from like their last tour. It was like maybe a show from their last tour.
Oh, like a live thing?
It was like 10 years ago or something.
Uh-huh.
And
wait, a Postal Service thing then, you mean? Or
yeah.
Oh.
Is it Jenny Lewis that sings the female vocals on there? Because she was like playing. I wonder if she'll be at that show then. If you're going to,
I believe so, because it's it's literally Postal Service.
Right.
So.
But I mean, I just think about like the two people.
Yeah. I get it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. All right. That's what I got.
Oh, okay. Hey, guess what I have coming in the mail? You'll never guess.
A baseball game.
How dare you? 4 baseball games.
Wait, how do you not have them all already?
I don't know. I agree.
You
think I would.
Still finding them.
Well, although, okay, so to my, this actually gets me to something I wanted to kind of complain about a little bit. It's not even complaining. It's just a frustration, I guess. But, so I decided I wanted to show, in this Famicom baseball, video that I wanted to show a lot of footage of like other Japanese baseball games, like in the intro. Because in the intro, I'm going to talk about, baseball in Japan and whatnot.
Right.
And, I thought it would be cool while I'm talking about just, the history of baseball in Japan to just show sort of this without kind of talking about it. Cause I'm just talking about baseball in Japan to just show sort of this progression of Japanese baseball games, like starting with like maybe baseball on the Famicom as a starting point, or I mean, maybe I can dig out something on the MSX, but whatever. And then like finishing, with like a PS4 game that looks like photorealistic,
right.
I
mean, that's super cool.
Yeah, I thought that would be really neat. But so I got so there's this series of baseball games on. I mean, I bought the PS4 game. I don't know what else it might be on, but it's called Pro Yaku Spirits, and that's like it's like the simulation baseball game. So sort of something like MLB The Show, I guess. But
yeah,
I had just typed it into YouTube, and there's all these like videos from like guys who have like sports gaming channels saying like, if you're a baseball fan, like this, you got to get this game. Like this game's amazing. And
nobody else is talking about it. It seems like.
Well, I guess a lot of people are talking about it, but
is it in English?
No.
Okay.
But I mean, it's not playing baseball games in Japanese is not so bad.
Right.
Because most Japanese baseball terms are loan words anyway.
Okay.
So if you just learn the katakana, you can say, "Oh, that says out, that says strike, whatever."
Right.
So anyway, I got that game, but then I also got there's like the whole Konami Power Pros series. Like we had the one that came out here, I think, on PS2, like MLB Power Pros 2008. But I mean, it's like this long running series in Japan. It's like one of the best selling console game franchises there is in Japan. Like it's like the #1 baseball franchise there. And that one's like super cartoony, but
in a good way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like it's actually crazy because it's like they almost look like what were those Mii's?
Yeah.
When you could make your own character on the was it on the Wii?
On the Wii and the Wii.
Yeah.
Well, like they still carry them over to an extent. Yeah.
Like they have a head and a torso, but then like they don't even have legs. They just have feet that aren't attached to the torso, so they're floating.
Yeah.
But the physics, like even the characters' movements, look super realistic. But then they're like these weird cartoon character looking things. It just makes it look like even cooler. But it's got like a full NPB license, so it has all the teams in the NPB.
Oh, cool.
And they released because Konami quit. Because I think MLB Power Pros 2008 only sold like 200,000 copies here, and so Konami was like, "All right, never mind." But for the World Baseball Classic, they made like a World Baseball Classic version of Power Pros and made it available on the Switch for like 99 cents.
Dang.
Which is crazy because, I mean, that's if you buy the regular games, it's like a full priced, $60,
Right.
8,000 yen or whatever game. So that was kind of cool that they did that. But that's kind of what I was going to get frustrated about because I don't understand why can't I go on to like the Nintendo store or whatever, or the PlayStation store? Why can't I just buy Japanese games? Like, why do I have to go make a whole separate account and turn it into this whole thing? Like, who cares? Like, if you're Konami,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you just be like, just put a thing like this game is in Japanese? Like, don't buy it and then come crying to us.
I know.
You can't.
I know.
Because it's
that
like you can't
require
make-
them to probably go through the ESRB.
Maybe.
Even though like that probably costs extra money to go
Yeah.
through the ESRB.
I didn't think about. See, that's why I wanted to bring it up. I didn't even think about that. But it's just annoying.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't know. I just really want to play that game. Like, it looks so awesome. And like, if you get the new one, there's like a 2022 Power Pros, and like they redid the physics engine. Because I ended up buying like the 2018 one off of eBay for like $15.
You should stream it.
I mean, I would.
If they did put that on the U.S. store, you wouldn't be able to find it anyways.
Why not?
On the Switch.
If you knew what
eShop.
to type in, I mean.
Well, yes, but I mean, you're not
honestly,
really
usually, like if I'm looking to buy something on the Switch shop, I do it on my computer because then you can just go to Google and type in the game and then put like Nintendo Store, and that'll get If you try to search in the Nintendo Store, forget about it,
dude. It's like I don't even understand like how there are so many like anime porn games on there. Like there's like new ones every single week.
I didn't even know,
and they're
about
like
that,
they're like $19.99, but they're always on sale for 99 cents.
But so wait, do those not have to get ESRB?
I think they do. They do. Like there's just like so many of them. It is like unbelievable how many there are. It'll make your head spin if you go and just like start looking through, because you're gonna every single time you scroll down, you're gonna find another one.
Yeah.
I have this. I kind of had a running joke with some friends about how like they're all like connected, like it's like some gigantic story. That's
I thought you meant they're all made by the same people, which they probably
well, they probably are all made by the same people.
Yeah,
but I just have this idea of like,
are they in English?
Yeah.
Well, what you should play, like just pick 5 of them and play them, and then see if they're connected.
No, I mean,
I don't like for science.
I mean, there's sequels and like. There was like one series, I don't even know what it was, but there was like 3 sequels that came out in less than a year.
Huh.
Like they're just like cranking them out, and I don't even understand.
I guess. I don't know.
Like who's making this stuff? I want to see a deep dive documentary on who's making that stuff and how they can.
That seems like something Folding Ideas would do. Let's get
make
him on.
40 of them like a year.
Yeah.
For like probably like probably not even 40, probably like 60 of them a year. And I'd like to see like are they even selling enough to justify the time? Probably.
Yeah, they must. I mean, are they like?
But imagine like having a Switch and that's all the games you have on
in-game purchases, maybe, or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Why not just like have a hub where it's like one app?
Yeah.
And you just like download those games from.
That's true. Make your own app. Yeah, and just have it be like the anime porn game app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, I mean,
APG.
for crying out
You
loud.
playing the new games on APG? Oh yeah, man, it's awesome. So do you have a Japanese account for any of these?
Not on the Switch. The Switch, I guess, is easy to set up, but I never did it. I have one I have a PlayStation one.
Yeah.
Because I bought some PlayStation 3, some PS1 classics on the PS3 like years ago.
Yeah.
And they had like some of the Sega Ages 2500 games on there on the store before I had any of them.
Yeah.
And like that's worth it.
But I'm saying what I was going to ask, the reason I asked is, so if you have a Japanese PlayStation account and then you go in the Japanese store and you buy like, in my case, I buy this MLB Power Pros game and then download it to my system.
You can play it on your American account.
Okay.
Once it's on the system, you can play it on any account that's on it.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I have it set up. And like we have, like Try and I have a shared one that, if we ever get review codes for anything, I put it on there. And
Got it.
you don't have to be logged into that. Like once it's downloaded and installed.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even just start downloading it and then switch back to like log out of that account and
all right.
do it. And it should be totally fine.
I mean, I hate paying full price for, a game like that, but I think first of all, the game looks amazing, but second of all, if I can use it for the show, then
you can use that on your taxes.
Well,
maybe.
Yes, that's not what I was getting at, but yes, you're correct. I just feel like if it's for the show, then you just got to do what you got to do, But
yeah, is this thing going to be like 4 hours long at this point?
I don't know. It might be pretty long. I don't care. I'm gonna make it as long as it needs to.
You feel like it's okay to make 4 to 6 hour videos.
I mean, no, I think. I mean, I feel like that PlayStation in 1995 video must have been probably my longest video.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably wouldn't want to.
How long was that?
I want to say it was like 90 minutes long or something. I don't think I'd want to go past that. But I mean, I don't know.
But
we'll see.
If you got the content, you might as well.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it was never my intention to cover like every single baseball game.
But now that you've kind of like.
Okay, but I'm saying like what it was 3, 6. There's like 9 Family Stadium / Famista.
Oh, so you just do all those as like one.
Yeah, you don't need to cover each one and go, oh, this is what's incrementally different about. Like I was just going to pick a couple, But like to me, like that's the kind of stuff I want to talk about on the show because like the first Family Stadium game is what we got here as RBI baseball, but after that, the series they diverged, right? Because here, the rest of the RBI baseball games are made by Tengen, and so they're nothing like, the Family Stadium games got pretty cool. I mean, they were always cool, but some other cool stuff happened with them later on that I wanted to sort of be able to talk about. But yeah, I'm not going to sit there and like beat people over the head with like every single iteration of the series. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a super long video. It's just more people like, if you grew up playing baseball games on the NES, like, here's the Japanese origins of some of the games that you like playing. And then like, here's some baseball games made by, very famous companies that just never got localized here, or here's things that are different about the Japanese version versus the American version, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I want it to be interesting, and just covering like all 50 Japanese baseball games, like that's not interesting to me.
I mean, do you think it would be interesting to watch a video now that covers every single release of Madden over the years?
I mean, it would depend on how you did it,
Yeah.
Because there's sort of like generations to most of these sports games. It'd be like the same thing with hockey. Like if you did like hockey on the Genesis, the first 3 games are pretty similar. So it's like you could discuss the first game in depth and say, here's what got added or taken away from the next 2. And so you could do the same thing with Madden, I would say. And I think that definitely, if you made a video like that and it was well done, I think it would get a lot of views.
Yeah, I think so too. It'd be really interesting to see.
Yeah.
Because, like as someone who is not very good at Madden, like, and there's like pro players out there. Like, I wonder like what they would have to say about it. I'd be like, oh, this is garbage.
I mean, I think
play this game.
I wouldn't want to do that. I don't feel like I'd be able to like speak intelligently about like Madden games that are newer. And I wouldn't be interested to talk about.
I mean, what's the last one you played?
Oh gosh, man, maybe you're gonna laugh, but it might be 2001.
I think the 2001 was the last time I played.
Because that was the last Madden that I bought. Like that when I bought it, it was the current Madden game.
Right, and that was like that one was pretty good too. It was like a big generation leap.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
But I think. I mean, it's not like I bought it, but I played it at a friend's house.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I will admit that I was tempted at the like last year's. They had like Madden himself like on the cover.
Yeah.
Like I thought about it. I mean, I could probably get that one for $10 now.
Yeah, I was gonna say just wait and
just
buy it for next to nothing.
Yeah.
So today's Thursday. Am I allowed to say that? Is that
it's-
like if this doesn't come out for like, oh, people are going to listen to this like, oh, they recorded this like 4 days ago. I'm not even interested anymore.
Yeah, it's Thirsty Thursday.
Is it? I didn't know that was a thing. Is that
yeah,
like
it's like that means
second
it's time
cousin
to
of
go out
Taco
and-
Tuesday or what?
What's that?
Is that like the second cousin of Taco Tuesday?
Almost.
Okay.
It's like it's time to go out and get drunk. 'Cause tomorrow's Friday and then it's the weekend.
That's what somebody was saying. Someone left a comment on the last one saying that we should do a drunk show.
Well, I mean,
I'm not doing that, but
I think that I said before we started recording,
You
I said,
did. You
have we
wanted to
hit
get
the
a
point
drink.
where, I mean, I didn't want to get drunk, but like,
no, you said you wanted to get a drink. You did not say. I
yeah,
agree. You
yeah. I
didn't
mean,
say you
have we
wanted
hit
to
that point where I think it's okay for us to like have
I
a
mean-
drink during the podcast? I think that
haven't
we could.
I haven't really.
I mean,
been,
it's. I mean, you can't do it at 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning.
well, you can if you
but-
put it in coffee, but I haven't really been drinking, so
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we just like would you, if I was to have a drink during the recording of a podcast, if we were recording in the evening, would
Yeah.
you be like, oh, that's fine?
wait, would I be fine with you having a drink?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
I'm not your mother. I
I'm just-
mean, I might,
No, I
I
mean,
might
I'm
even
just like-
join you. I'm not.
Okay. I
I'm
mean,
not. I didn't quit. Like I've had, but I'm saying like in the last 2 months, I've had like 2 drinks.
okay.
Like
What-
I just,
what-
I don't
what-
drink as it, if it's like a special occasion or we're having a nice meal and I want to drink, fine. But I'm not just drinking for.
I'm really only just saying it because like I'm such a lightweight now.
Yeah.
And like if I have one of my seltzers, like they have these like margarita ones that are really good. These like tequila ones. Like,
yeah, I think
like,
I have a couple of those because Olga, my wife, bought some of those.
like the high noon tequila, lime tequila.
I don't
It's pretty
remember
good.
I don't remember what brand
But-
it is, but
They're pretty potent.
those cocktails in a can are getting really popular.
Yeah,
And which
I mean, 'cause
is
they don't
kind of
make it
funny
feel like
because I see
garbage.
that and I feel like why hasn't this been a thing for like a long, like that seems so obvious,
Yeah.
but it seems like it's
Yeah.
only now gotten really popular.
Well, because I think, I mean, stuff like that kind of did all right for a little bit, and then it went away. And I think that maybe it went away because of like how popular like breweries are and like all kinds of like microbrew like beers there are now. But then
Yeah.
like I think this stuff really picked up and got popular like during the pandemic. But like going back, I mean, there's always stuff like wine coolers and
Oh no, I know, but I'm saying
Zima
like
and
now
stuff.
you can go buy like here's margarita in a can or here's an
Right.
old fashioned in a can or
yes.
I forgot if I saw it was like Royal Canadian maybe that sold it where
Mhm.
it was like here's a cola with whiskey in it already in a can, and I just saw that and I was like that seems like that should have just always been a thing.
Yeah. But maybe they just didn't have the technology for it to
Yes, I'm sure that's
do it.
I'm sure that's the issue.
They didn't have the correct chemicals to pump into it yet.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if
Uh,
part of it is just like people just don't want to go out as much anymore,
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it.
I mean, we don't go out to eat as much anymore or go out for drinks as much anymore. Like it's
Yeah. I mean, when was the last time you just like went out for a drink without like,
yeah.
like going out for a drink with friends?
Oh, well, I don't ever do that, but I would just go out. I would just go out with my wife.
I mean, if you were invited, would you like go in a second though? Or would it be like kind of a hard decision?
If I'm being honest, I would say most of the time that I get invited out to do things, I say no.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I generally, I guess it depends on how I feel that day.
You're more of a social butterfly than I am.
I don't know. Maybe like sometimes I just need that. Like I need to just talk at people. Like
Yeah.
just say what I need. Say what needs to be said.
Yeah.
I guess.
So anyway, I brought up that today's Thursday.
yes.
Because I got to get my button gear and make this weekend's episode of YouTube's hottest new show.
Yeah.
And I'm having
At
a
what
hard.
point is it not a new show?
Oh, I've decided that it's going to be YouTube's hottest new show in perpetuity. Because I think the longer I say it, the funnier to me it will get. It won't be funny to other people, but that's their problem. But
on the 100th episode of YouTube's hottest
I just think
new
it's
show.
Funny. Yeah. Because not only is that not true, but then the longer I go and keep saying it,
Dude,
the more untrue it becomes.
You know what you should start doing?
What?
Is like as it gets further into it, you should you should make your own version of the hot new sticker that's like on the Dreamcast version of Hydro Thunder.
Why?
You ever seen that?
Yeah, but why can't I just use that one? I can just cut it out of a...
Right. Oh, you can.
Digitally cut it out.
Yes, digitally cut it out. But you should start putting that on every single thumbnail. Just have it like the little explosion.
Yeah.
And the word hot new.
Yeah.
And
that'd be kind of funny too, just because none of the games I talk about are new, and generally they wouldn't be described as hot either.
And you just like put it on every single thumbnail.
I'm going to look into that. I might do that because I can also make it like once I got it, into the editing, photo editing program, I can easily make different colored versions.
Yes.
So that I can always find something where the color jives with whatever's on. Although I got to say, I don't know if you saw the thumbnail for the last episode, the Rambo 3 episode. I'm extremely proud of that thumbnail. With Rocky's holding up the weekend rental sticker, Yeah. And I got Mickey down at the bottom, like with that big smile on his face. R.I.P. Burgess Meredith.
But you used the Japanese cover.
Yes, which of course Joe from GameSack took umbrage with because he takes umbrage with everything I do.
I mean, they're similar covers though. Anyways,
I just thought it looked cooler.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more, I guess, zoomed in. Like the actual photograph, of Rambo, of Sylvester Stallone, like takes up the whole front instead of being sort of boxed in. So I just thought
I do like myself some of the black grid though.
Oh, I do too. But then, like, when you start the video, I have that Japanese commercial for the movie, and then later on the Japanese commercial for the game. So to me, it just kind of made sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah, but anyway, I can't figure out what is what I keep trying to get to. I can't figure out what game to play this weekend. That's why I haven't done it yet. I'm like, I don't know what to play.
You should do Gradius 5. I told you should do Downhill Domination.
You know what's funny? Somebody else said that to me in the Discord. Somebody brought up, maybe they listened to the show or something, but they talked about Downhill Dominate. I'm not saying...
Did I mention it during the show, like last show, or did I...
I mean, it's some coincidence if you didn't, because somebody else in the Discord mentioned Downhill Domination. Oh, because I had started a new thread. We have that thing in my Discord where you can have sort of like the forum style posts in addition to the chat room, And so I had started a new thread asking people their favorite PS2 games. Because like I said last time, I just, I don't feel like I know enough about the PS2 library. So I just wanted recommendations of stuff to stick on the SD card. And somebody brought up Downhill Domination, which I had never heard of. And I watched a YouTube video of it. And I got to say, it looks pretty dang fun.
Yeah.
Like they described it, the person on my Discord, I forgot who it is, sorry, but they described it as like SSX with mountain bikes. And that's pretty accurate, I would say.
With a little bit of road rash in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I'm pretty sure you could hit people in SSX. You couldn't throw stuff at them, but you could you could punch them.
Right. Yeah. And I mean,
the three possibilities I come up with so far, one of them was, and I'm probably not going to do that one this time, but I do want to do it at some point, is Space Invaders Fukatsu no Hi for the PC engine. Because that has the original Space Invaders, but it also has Space Invaders Plus.
Okay.
Which Space Invaders Plus is an awesome game.
That's not...
What?
No, I'm thinking of Galaga 90 is the one that came out.
Oh, well, that's
here.
A good one though too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the two I was leaning more towards were PlayStation games. Was going to be either the first Tenchu, Tenchu Stealth Assassins.
Oh, yeah. Great game.
Or I know I love that game. Or Silent Bomber.
Oh, that's another good one.
Because I feel like that. I feel like this weekend rental series is turning into like, we play games that are like lesser known.
Yeah.
And I feel like Silent Bomber is a little bit of a lesser known game.
Yes, for sure. I mean, Tenchu was the greatest hit, so
yeah,
it makes
pretty
sense. The second one's not very good. Third one's pretty good on the PS2.
Oh, I only ever played the first one, but I really liked it.
If my buddy Chris is listening to this one, we used to enjoy playing Tenchu, and we always joke about like their master, like the Tenchu assassin master. His name is Lord Goda.
Yeah.
And the voice, there's like always a voice that sets the stage, and it's like Lord Goda has sent.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And the guy you have to kill in the first level,
yeah,
is Echigoya.
Yeah,
and he's this kind of like perv guy. And in Tenchu 3, you have to kill Echigoya's son.
Oh, well, that makes sense because probably he wants revenge.
Yeah.
But anyway, those are the ones I come up with so far. It's just I don't know. I have a whole list, but I was looking at them. And I just like I wasn't feeling it with any of them this week. Oh, another one. Hold on, let me see if I have it on. If I still have the tab open because I forgot the name. Oh yeah,
looking
yeah.
It up.
Well, I'm not looking it up. The tab was already open. I wanted to tell you the name. I don't know if you ever heard of this Super Famicom game, Umihara Kawase.
Oh yeah.
That's the chick with the pink backpack and the
fish hook.
The fishing line. But I think I'm going to add that one to the list. But I was playing it and I'm like, I'm really not good at this game.
Yeah,
I got to kind of figure out.
It's weird physics based.
Yes, using the fishing line to do sort of bionic commando style stuff is going to take a little bit of getting used to. So
yeah, you could there's a Switch version of that came out called Umihara Kawase Fresh.
Oh,
so you could have it say fresh, hot, and new.
Yes,
on the same.
It's too bad
thumbnail.
Nobody says fresh anymore. That was a good one. I thought like, oh man, that's fresh.
It is fresh.
Yeah.
That's. Are you getting fresh with me, boy?
Yeah, that's a different kind of fresh. So I'm going to add that one to the list, but I'm not doing that one this week either. But I mean I did warn people I was going to play a lot of PlayStation games this summer. So I also wanted to I'm going to do a whole video of just demo discs, PlayStation 1 demo discs.
That's super fun too.
Yeah.
Those, I've been like the OPM.
Yeah, well, I mean, I probably wouldn't do those, but there's OPM. Yeah, you're right. I forgot if I told you I was doing this as like a little project I was working on. Because they have the ROM sets, right? Like ROM sets now. They've become sort of the de facto ROM sets that are really well put together. As far as like US A through F and G through whatever, and have the Japanese and the European, and then the separate folders for translations and hacks and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And there's not really a ROM set, or it wouldn't be a ROM set, I guess, an image set like that for demo discs. And so I've been putting one together, like a PlayStation 1 demo disc set, where like everything is like properly labeled and separated out in different folders. So it would be like, this is the ultimate pack of like every
the demo disc pack.
Yeah. I've always been huge into PlayStation 1 demo discs.
Yeah. Well, I can see why though, because it was like that was the kind of thing that we used to dream about before CDs were like easily like before consoles like switched to CDs. Like, oh, we get demos if demo discs because they're so cheap to make.
Yeah.
So that happening with the magazines was such a smart thing, but it was also something like at least I kind of dreamed about stuff like that.
I mean, I probably wasn't smart enough to think that stuff like that would happen down the line, but I mean, I never got into reading official PlayStation magazine.
Mm-hmm.
So I never got any of those demo discs. I was a PSM guy,
right?
Which didn't come with demo discs, but
this came with lid stickers.
Yeah, which are also cool, and the tip sleeves.
The tip sleeves.
They have these. It was like on the same kind of card stock that a subscription card would be on.
Mm-hmm.
But there were some issues where instead of having a lid sticker in the middle, there'd be this. It was like a full page, but it was that card stock and it was perforated. And actually, it wasn't just a full page; it would fold out. But if you ripped off the tip sleeve along the perforations, it was made so that it would fold up, and it would be a tip sleeve for a specific game, and it would fold up and it would fit into your game right behind the manual. Like it was the same dimensions as the manual, so you'd slip it in there. I always thought that was pretty genius.
Yeah, I've never heard of anything like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty badass, I gotta
And
say.
it's funny because I was just reading the Video Game History Foundation magazine that I got this month. Was June 1995 EGM, and
Okay.
I was reading through it last night, and it had kind of something similar where it was a full page, not fold out though, just a full page card stock, and it was a tip sheet for some game, but it was just a full page sheet, so that's not something you could just stick. To me, the genius of the PSM tip sleeves were specifically that they were these sleeves that were meant to slide into your game and just stay there. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Like
demo discs, like I would get, obviously my PlayStation came with a demo disc. And then, sometimes you'd go into a video game store like Software Etc. If they had demo discs, they, like I was, the Software Etc. Actually, the Software Etc. where I bought my copy of Final Fantasy VII, my friend from high school worked there. And I remember him slipping me a couple of demo discs out of the drawer. Like, oh, check this out. But then like they started coming out with like the jam packs.
Yeah.
And so I would buy those. Or
Jam packs were like PS2 era, though.
No, they started on PS1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
There's
continue.
Like the PlayStation Underground.
There's also that. Like I got a few of those, or like I had a buddy who at one point had a PlayStation, and so he had signed up for whatever, but then he didn't have his PlayStation anymore, and they sent him a demo disc, and he didn't want it, so he gave it to me. So like I always saved all my demo discs. I still have all my demo discs, and then some. Remember the Pizza Hut demo discs?
No.
Oh man, they ran this promotion for a while, like it was one summer or something. Maybe I'm saying summer. I don't know what season it was. Where like you would order a pizza from not Domino's, Pizza Hut. You'd order a Pizza Hut pizza, and it came with a demo disc. Like your pizza would get delivered, and then here's a demo disc with just a bunch of games.
Then your entire evening is set
which is awesome.
Yeah,
because I was messing around. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember when Pizza Hut had the big New Yorker pizza?
It sounds familiar. I can't tell you what it looks like.
Do you remember anything?
I assume it's like. Do I remember anything? I mean, I worked at Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut was like my first real job.
All right. Well, anyway, I just thought it was kind of a blast from the
big
past.
New Yorker then.
Yeah, the big New Yorker. It was
Bigfoot.
just a big pizza where the slices were huge, so it's like you had to fold it to eat it. That's it. It was just a pizza, but they had this commercial that ran on TV. That they ran on TV a lot during this time. And anyway, it's on one of the Pizza Hut demo. It was like I didn't know. Like I was going through. Like I said, I was messing around with these demo disc things. It was after I got the X Station, so because I was trying to. I actually have a whole separate SD card just full of PlayStation demo discs.
Nice.
Because I was trying to figure out, because there's some demo discs where there's different versions, even though technically it's like, well, this is the interactive demo disc version 3.5, but there's actually more than one, and some of the games will be different. So I'm trying to, load the games up and look at them, or load the discs up and look at them, so I can figure out what it is and get everything properly labeled. So anyway, I had this PlayStation demo disc in there, and when you fire it up, the first thing it does is it plays that big New Yorker commercial, like a digitized version of it. It's pretty cool.
Did you too bad you didn't have a PS1 digital. You can record that in 1080p.
Oh, well, I mean, my PlayStation, the reason I'm not into that really, because I have Capture Cart over here just to my right. Capture Cart. And,
is that what you call it, Capture Cart?
Yeah, Capture Cart. That was my friend Charlie's idea.
That's good.
Like Classic Game Room with Edit Station 1. I have Capture Cart.
Yeah. You notice that.
Yeah, I saw.
I just want to say really quick. You see that. Yeah. Apparently, he's posting videos again.
He is. I watched a couple of them. Yeah. Anyway, I got my RetroTink 5X is on the cart, so that's what I plug in. Like it's all HD retrovisioned up.
Yeah.
So I just have I have a set of component. It's like a component cable extension coming down off the back of the PVM, like down here onto the shelf, and so I can just plug without having to get behind the monitor. I can take any console and put it there and get the appropriate HD retrovision component cables and just plug them into the
just boom.
Yeah, and then the output of the monitor goes into the RetroTink, and then the RetroTink goes out. It's very complicated. So the HDMI out from the RetroTink goes straight into my computer up here, but this is one of those AverMedia cards that also has a pass-through in it.
Yeah.
So the output of the pass-through, I have like a 25-foot HDMI cable that goes from there all the way over there where I have that big like 32-inch computer monitor.
Right.
So I can play the
like
games
the
here on the
weird
PVM if I want,
size.
or I can play them upscaled over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
I'm kind of on the back of what I said last time about getting rid of my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I'm mentally ready to get rid of my RGB monitors, but
Right.
if I didn't have any if I didn't have any CRTs in my house, I'd be perfectly happy playing everything through an upscaler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
And that's not to say I don't appreciate how things look on a CRT, because I do. But I also think that, putting something, and I can't even imagine like when the RetroTink 4K comes out.
Yeah.
Because that's going to have enough resolution that you can do like sub-pixel effects.
Right.
That's going to look crazy good. Like I don't have a 4K display, but that's going to make me want one.
Oh, so you don't have any 4K. So do you think that you'll get a RetroTink 4K and get a 4K TV?
I mean,
like
maybe.
is that what's gonna make it happen? It's gonna push you over the edge.
I don't know. I mean, I think I don't know. Maybe not. I don't really know. I don't really need a 4K TV because what am I going to do with that, I guess? I mean, I don't know. I guess it'd be nice because there's aren't there some PS4 games that are in 4K, or do you have to have a Pro for that?
You need a Pro for it to be 4K.
All right, well, I don't have a Pro anyway, but.
So why don't you get rid of all your CRTs but keep the one that's in your arcade?
See, that's the other thing, right? Because I have that, and that has a Mr. Jam.
Mr. Cade.
Thank you. Sorry, brain fart. Mr. Cade in it. So, like, if I really want to play, a Genesis,
and you can
game
do
or
dual
something,
out on that. You can
go
out HDMI also, right?
Yes. So, especially since I have that, I don't really. But to me, like more than anything else, maybe it's like if I get rid of my PVMs, that's it. Like I'm not rebuying a PVM. But I have that BVM 20 F1U.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I saw somebody selling one of those things for it was like $2,000 or $3,000.
Yeah, it's everything is really expensive now.
And if somebody wants it that bad, come get it and give me
somebody
that much money for it. How can I say no to that?
Somebody on our stream on Sunday said, I just finally got a PVM. I paid this much money for it, and I'm like, it's cool, but it's like not as good as I was hoping it would be. And I think that now the prices are like just up so high that return of investment is just getting smaller and smaller and smaller now.
I mean, I just can't understand why. I think some of these people, they see guys like us that have them, and they just think, oh, I want to get that. That's the best. But the thing is, like, I have, I have 3 PVMs. One of them was free. 13-inch was free. I got a 13-inch or a 14-inch that was like $80,
mm-hmm.
and my BVM was like $250. Which at the time I was like, man, I'm paying a lot for this thing. $250.
Yeah,
but I can't imagine anybody spending
over $150 for anything,
even $1,000 for that BVM that I have. I can't imagine spending $1,000 on that. Just especially, and I haven't personally seen this in action, so I don't know how much different it looks. But
mm-hmm.
If you bought like just a consumer Sony Trinitron CRT TV that had component inputs on the back, and hooked up a console to that with HD Retrovision cables, like how is that going to look versus RGB into like a similarly sized BVM? Is it really going to be that dramatically different?
No.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, I think about this pretty often. We came out with our first RGB video, and it wasn't even meant to be a series when we first did it. And I attribute to like almost all of our success is just being in the right place at the right time. And I wonder if people are just going to get really sick of this stuff, and it's going to get put back out there again. And maybe in like 15 years people will come back around to it. I wonder if you know, like if people are just going to get burned out on this stuff, you know, like classic games and different ways to play them and everything. And, you know, I think that the stuff that we did or that we do on our channel, I wonder if people are like, it's just purely because of being in the right place, getting lucky, essentially.
Well, I mean, I think to a certain extent we could all say that, but I think there's enough of a diversity in what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, I don't personally think people are going to lose interest in the games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kind of hope,
but
people will lose interest in like the collecting.
Yeah, well, I don't think anybody's going to lose.
I mean, I don't understand how people are paying what they're paying for the games. Some of these games these days, like there's games I still was like, oh, I would like to have a copy of that, and I go look up how much it is, and I was like, oh, you know, never mind.
Yeah, but
how is it that much? Like, who's paying hundreds of dollars for a Genesis game, and why?
Yeah. What's the most you ever paid for a game?
I've got the Neo Geo MVS version of Gunlord. That's got to be the most I ever paid for a game. That was like, but I mean that's a homebrew. Well, not homebrew, but independent brew Neo Geo game. Like those are always expensive, you know.
Right.
So,
well, what about like?
You mean like a retro game that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably maybe like Nexer or Soldier Blade. Those were a couple $100 a pop.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think most I ever paid was probably, I think I paid $400 to reacquire Snatcher.
Yeah.
And, you know, like that kind of sucks because I had it for so
I can
long.
Imagine. I mean, there's a lot of games I want where I just wouldn't pay it, but it's like, you know, Nexer and Soldier Blade, I kind of made an exception, you know.
Mm-hmm. And you had sold some other stuff to help you fund that or something like that.
Oh, yes.
Right? Or
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't just like pull the money out of my pocket. That was like, I went through and like culled out some stuff out of my collection and had the money sitting in a PayPal account that I used to buy those. So,
yeah.
I
don't know if people are going to lose interest in this stuff. And
I mean, I don't really care if they do. I'm losing interest.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. You know? Absolutely. I wonder if it's, you know, like riding this wave of like people our age, like doing this stuff. And then once we get into like once we're retired from our job, our jobs, like, is there going to be any real interest in this kind of stuff anymore? I don't know. Cause you know, like most kids don't have a lot of interest in playing this stuff. My son has been playing, the first Mario, but he's just like save stating his way through it. Because I don't know if I told you about this. Like a year and a half ago, I said, if you and your sister can play all the way through the first Super Mario, you know, just like beginning to end and finish it, I will give you $100
each.
I mean, if they both did it, I mean, if they worked together, to finish it, And I'm talking like you can't save state. If you run out of lives, you start over. And you just get better and you're better and better. And now my son is like in world like 7-1 or something like that. But he's just been save stating his way all the way through it. So, and he's like, well, I'm going to beat it. Eventually you're going to have to give me that money. And I'm like, well, you're just like, you know, just save stating. It's like it's not the same thing. It's not like you're.
But he's learning the game that way.
Yeah. I said, listen, you beat the game and then you start over and you see if you can do it without save stating.
Yeah.
And then I'd give you the money.
Yeah.
But I said, you know, like, you do this, I'll give you $100. And I promise you that you will probably be the only kid in your entire school that's ever done that has done this. That you're going to school with right now that's ever done that.
Yeah.
I mean, they were way into it for like a day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 1-4.
That sounds about right. But
I
mean, I think there's, you know, certainly I think there's people our age that for nostalgia reasons are buying all this stuff. I also think that the generation younger than our, like the millennial generation, like they seem like they're really into buying,
but games
NES
from
and,
their child. That's what I mean. That
no, I think they're
explains,
also
like,
buying games from our childhood, which I don't have a problem with. I'm just saying, like, there's definitely people collecting like NES and Super Nintendo and Genesis games that they didn't grow up with that, but I think they grew up with like maybe, PlayStation, N64, and maybe they were close enough to that like they know that those older games were like awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they still grew up as like a console playing generation of kids, right? So if you grew up and like you were N64 and PlayStation, like I didn't grow up really playing Atari, really. I mean, some,
right?
But I consider myself like an NES kid. But I love playing Atari games because is it that much of a backwards leap to say, well, I'm going to play these games that are a little bit before my time? But I think when you get to younger, like Zoomers or whatever your kids' generation are, where, they're growing up less and less with like traditional console games being a part of things. They're the generation that I think is not going to care about any of that stuff you have on the shelves behind you.
Right.
Like your kids are not going to want your stuff beyond the fact that it has
they can sell it for
monetary.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And, because I've had people say like, oh, like what do your kids think about like your basement down there? I'm like, oh, they don't. They think it's okay for a little bit.
Yeah.
But they don't it's not like they're hanging out down here. They'll go back and play Roblox. Like, are they going to have nostalgia for like some random Roblox game that they like,
I bet they
user.
I bet they will.
Yeah,
we have nostalgia for random ass TV shows that only lasted one season, but you still think about, you remember whatever? I can't even think the name of one of them, but if it came up, like, you remember Herman's Head? Like, oh man, yeah, that show was great,
Yeah.
That chick Hetty was hot.
Can I just tell you really quick? I just thought of something. I talked about it on the stream last week. I just thought of a really good weekend rental that you should play.
Oh, all right. Hit me.
You should play Mark Davis's The Fishing Master on the Super
I
NES.
saw that when you guys were talking about that.
Okay.
I tuned in for a little while.
Yeah.
And I saw when you were talking about that.
Dude, I would love it if you played that.
Really?
As a weekend rental.
Would you give me $100?
No, but
there's never paper down here. I have more pads.
I mean, I can tell you.
I have enough pads of paper to last me 10 lifetimes.
Mark Davis.
No relation, I assume, to the current owner of the Las Vegas Raiders.
What? Mark Davis is?
Well, I'm saying I'm assuming he's not related to that Mark Davis.
I don't think so. I mean, he's won over $1 million in fishing competitions.
Is that good? I don't know. I don't have a sense.
Well, I mean, that's over $1 million. That's pretty good, I think. I mean, he was good enough to get his own fishing.
Mark Davis is fishing masters. You said
Mark Davis is
the
Fishing Master.
Sorry. Okay, and what system is this on?
The Super Nintendo.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Well,
it's a Natsumi game, I think.
Oh, then I wonder. Like that must have come out in Japan first, then, and they must have added the Mark Davis license to it. I bet.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Naomi Chiozaki Supermasters.
Mark Davis's photo, I think it's even on the title screen, is hilarious.
All right.
I mean, it's right up there with the Walrus.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just in terms of funniness.
Yeah.
The old Fishing Master. Oh, Mark Davis.
Well, it's fun. It's funny you said that because I was seriously considering playing a fishing game this weekend, and I just decided because I have. It's an example that here's some stuff I'd like to get rid of. Like I have I have the Dreamcast official fishing controller, and I have some kind of fishing controller for the PlayStation. So I could,
You should do you could cover all 3 games in it.
Well, I only have for the Dreamcast. I only have Sega Bass Fishing because then there was Sega Marine Fishing, and then one of those 2 games had a sequel.
I see.
I forgot which.
We should totally do the.
I just think that'd be really boring on a live stream.
I'll be honest, live stream would be, but at least
on a weekend rental rather. Either way,
it doesn't matter. I mean, what if it's 15 minutes? I mean, here's the thing. Here's the cool thing about like those weekend rental videos, is that, you know, I'm sure you rented games growing up and you like, oh, this kind of sucks. And you didn't, I'd rather just go play outside.
Yeah, for sure.
And you just like, you didn't play it.
Yeah.
Even though you rented it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just getting that experience.
Well, or, you know, I just hope like if somebody likes the show and then I upload a video one week and the game sounds totally uninteresting, then just skip it. Like you don't have to watch every episode.
Right. And if it's 15 minutes, it's kind of like, oh, well, you know.
Or just watch the intro. Maybe I'll say something cool or tell a story. And then when the game starts, just turn the show off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although you were saying you were thinking about getting that
what was I?
that RC controller, right?
I'm not going to actually do it. I was just thinking it would be fun. Like I would love, I wish I knew somebody that had it and I could just borrow it. I just really want to play RC to Go with that. Same thing. Like I want to play Densha de Go with that special Densha de Go controller, but I don't want to have to own it. Like I need to pull a Jeremy Parrish and then buy it and use it and get rid of it.
Yeah, you probably
I'm
could.
too
Or
lazy
maybe
to
see if you should probably just
stuff.
ask in your Discord to see if anybody has one you can borrow it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that I think that I need to take more advantage of. Like it's just like borrowing stuff.
Well, that's why I got Rob back here. That's borrowed.
You've had him for a while though.
Yeah. Well, he tried to give me the Rob. He's like, no, just keep it. Like I'm donating that to the show. And he's like, this is my childhood Rob the robot, and I want to donate it to your show. And I was like, dude, I can't.
You can't take Rob.
No. I'll be happy to give it a good temporary.
You can't rob him
home.
of his Rob.
Yeah. I can't do that. But you know, he didn't have all the parts for you know, I bought some 3D printed parts for like stack up and whatnot. So eventually, whenever he gets his Rob back, he's going to get it back with all the parts. Then maybe he'll play with it again.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll be like, this is sweet, and then put it
maybe
in the closet.
Probably.
So when I went to when I was in Buffalo, I took my kids, and my wife did not want to go, but she went anyways, and she just had like a miserable time to the Walden Galleria mall. So my kids have never been to like just like a mega mall.
Okay, and this is a
like
huge
this.
mall.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Most malls
like
are dying, but
Mall of America level.
Right. It's just enormous. Yeah.
Okay.
There's like a cheesecake factory inside there and all this other like ridiculousness. It has an urban air in there.
What does that even mean?
It's urban air is I feel like I talked about it on here before, but maybe I didn't.
You might
where
have.
it's like a place you can go to, and it's just like how's like the best way to explain it? It's
it smells like smog. I mean, that's what urban air.
No, it's like trampolines and everything. It's like a gigantic American Gladiator.
Yeah, you might have talked
place.
about that then. I think I just forgot the name.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's got tons of like American Gladiator type spaces, and it also has
you definitely talked about
and it's
that.
also like American Ninja Warrior type stuff.
Yeah,
like Takeshi's Castle type stuff. Like you can just do all this stuff in this place, and like people just like go there, have the best time, but like people get hurt like every time they go. You have to sign like a waiver.
Yeah.
But that's like inside this mall. They have one of those places inside this mall.
Is there anything cool in the mall, or?
I mean, it has like a lot of places.
They still have like a B. Dalton or a Walden's Books or a Hillshire Farms or a Radio
Walden
Shack
Books isn't even
or
around anymore.
KB Toys. Yeah, I know that. That's my point.
It'd be nice if
I wish.
Walden Books.
I'd probably still go to the mall if some of that stuff still existed.
Yeah. No, I mean, my son really he's like getting into Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Super is like whatever the newest one's called.
I didn't even know. Z is the only one I have heard of.
Yeah,
and I don't
mean,
really
that's what I
know what it is. So
I said, Dragon Ball Z is the only one I know of because that was the one that was, like people were talking about it, I guess, when I was like late teens, early 20s, I guess. But he wanted something, and I like went to all these different places, couldn't find anything, and eventually someone was like, "Oh, you should try Hot Topic." I'd never been to a Hot Topic before in my life.
Wow.
And we went into a Hot Topic, and we found some Dragon Ball. He got like these blind bags. You know what blind bags are? Where it's just like
you don't know what's in there.
You don't know what's in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like toys or something like that or something else. And you open it up and you don't know what you're going to get. And you're supposed to like buy them. And it's like collecting baseball cards, but like little toys. And they have them for like so many different things now. I mean, they do a lot with that, a lot of that kind of stuff on Cookie Swirl C.
Yeah.
That stuff's real popular with the
I haven't talked to that guy in a long time. Hopefully he's filthy rich.
He's probably too busy. I mean, he's probably busy like lighting cigars with burning $100 bills right now.
Hey man, when I knew him, like, he was just, as a workaday, not getting paid that great kind of job. So if he was able to do that, and he's, if he's diving into his, vat full of gold coins, like Scrooge McDuck style, good for him.
You should see if he would be on here.
No,
I think that'd be real interesting to hear about that.
Yeah,
about like the production schedule and like what it takes to make that stuff.
Probably not gonna do that.
But my daughter was just like completely overwhelmed because there's like so many stores.
Yeah,
and my wife was just like was hangry like from the time we got there, and she's like,
there's
I can't
tons
deal
of
with
stuff
this right
to eat there.
Oh yeah, but I mean, she ate when we were there, but we didn't have very long, and it's like just enormous. So it was like, I want to go to these places, and it's like we don't have time to do that. We don't have time to do that.
Yeah,
I felt really bad, but we went to Hot Topic and found some Dragon Ball stuff, and I mean, Hot Topic, it. I don't know. I'm surprised it's still around. There's a Spencer's Gifts in there. I can't believe Spencer's Gifts is still around.
Isn't that like the same thing? Or I thought
I mean,
Spencer's
they
and
may
Hot
as well
Topic
be
were
the same
pretty...
thing. Like, they're both places, it's like, you go in there and there's a black light. Like, all the lights are like black lights.
Yeah.
And everything is whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like, that's just like a period of time that was like after I was a teenager, I guess.
Hey, so you've done all of your re-cabling and whatnot there at your desk.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still have the ability to pipe in some "Does It Slap or Should We Eat It" music?
Yeah.
Could you,
it might. I'm not
mind?
sure if it's gonna go through to. I can make it slightly go through. Hang on.
Well, just sing along with it, and then I'll edit out your singing, but then that way I'll know when it's over.
Okay. Well, no, it's gonna be in the song or in the recording. I'm gonna send you. I hope.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Does he slap? 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 Should we eat it?
Oh my God, that wasn't
Shoot.
a mirror. I hope that's 7 years bad luck.
I dropped something.
Yeah.
I dropped my bong.
Oh my God, you have bong water all over the floor in the basement. Okay, would you rather? I guess it's kind of a would you rather.
All right.
Of a does it slap or should we eat it? Fall asleep at night, like you're not going to get up till the next morning, not like a nap. Fall asleep at night, forgetting to brush your teeth.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Have to leave your house in the morning and be gone all day, having not taken a shower. And I don't know if you shower. You shower in the morning, right?
I shower every morning. Yes.
Okay, so the point is you've not showered since the previous day.
I don't go anywhere if I haven't showered.
Oh, perfect. So then that's one of your options here. You're fell asleep having not brushed your teeth since that morning, leave your house without taking a shower, or have in public a really bad case of swamp ass.
I would definitely take the fall asleep at night without brushing my teeth.
Wow. All right.
I mean, it's like that's not even close. Like the other ones, like at least that's private. The other ones you got to be around people. And
but I'm not saying like swamp ass to the point that like your pants are wet and people can see it. I mean, just that's a very uncomfortable sensation. Swamp ass.
Yeah.
Swamp
way
butt,
more
sorry,
uncomfortable than
say.
falling asleep without brushing your teeth.
See, I don't
mean-
agree. I cannot sleep. I will wake up in the middle of the night, and I will not sleep well that night if I have not gone through my oral hygiene procedure. You know?
Really? So,
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's for me, it's like 100%. Like I'll
It
fall
tastes
asleep without brushing.
horrible. Like your mouth
It does.
tastes like garbage. How can you sleep through that? I'm not trying to judge you. None of these are good options. That's the point. But
Yeah.
like, I would not be like, oh yeah, falling asleep without brushing your teeth. No, like I used to work with some girl where she's like, oh yeah, I do that all the time. Like, my husband says I'm gross because I don't brush my teeth before bed. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. I mean, do you brush your teeth after every meal or anything like that?
No. But I
Right.
brush my
You brush
teeth
your
every
teeth
morning
in the-
before I go to work, every night before I go to bed, and then if during the day I feel like,
Yeah.
maybe I had some coffee or something, I just feel like my breath is probably not very good. I have like toothbrush and toothpaste in my desk at work.
Just in case, the emergency toothbrush and toothpaste.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I just like both of those, like the ones that I am eating.
Yeah.
Those are like quite a bit worse for me. Like I hate going anywhere if I haven't showered.
Yeah.
I just feel gross.
Yeah.
And
That's the point. All three of these things feel gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But I think that not brushing your teeth before you fall asleep, because at least nobody, like the only person who's going to know is you
True.
and like whoever is like around you at the time. And
Well, who's gonna know you have swamp ass?
I don't know. Like you probably tell by the way I'm walking.
Oh, true. Yes.
It's like if it's like that bad,
Yeah.
it's like all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
like
that's-
you're at like a baseball game or something with swamp ass.
Man. Yeah, swamp ass. It's like this is the swamp episode because I like mentioned swamp nuts at the beginning.
I know my ears kind of perked up when you said that because I'm like, oh, you don't know what's coming later.
But yeah, I mean, I would take, I'd take the
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Hey, I don't remember if I asked you this already. I got in an argument with my friend about this.
Oh no.
Flossing.
Yeah. I mean,
do you
flossing?
what? You don't even know what I'm going to ask.
Okay, go for it.
Do you floss and then brush, or do you brush and then floss?
Dude, I floss before I brush.
Okay. No, that's what he said too. But like the lady that cleans my teeth said, no, you brush your teeth first because that shoves stuff, that ends up shoving stuff between your teeth, the brushing, and then you floss to get it out and then mouthwash.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's like official ADA policy or if that's just like what she thinks. Because you could make a case both ways.
Yeah, I guess it really just comes down to how bad I'm bleeding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't floss regularly enough that every time I floss, I will be just gushing blood from my mouth.
Yeah.
And I can't. I mean, I should be better. And every single adult says, "Oh, I don't floss as much as I should."
Yeah, not every single.
You
I gotta
there's
say,
anybody out there?
my wife is very like judicious about flossing. Like that's just every night she flosses.
That's like precious seconds that I won't get back.
I know, but she's just, it's like, you have to form a habit, like she formed the habit,
Yeah.
She has like the sonicating toothbrush and flossing and, gotta take my hat off to my wife.
What do you
She does a
think?
good job.
What do you think that she would pick? You think she would like not be able to go through the day, like go to bed having brushed her teeth the night before?
She would definitely yeet the toothbrushing thing. I think she would keep the leaving the house without
showering.
Because a lot of times,
Are you allowed to brush your teeth before you leave the house?
like sometimes she'll shower at night, which I think is almost kind of cheating, at least in the context of this question.
No, dude, I don't understand people who shower at night.
To me, it's standard. You shower in the morning, but then somebody made a really good point to me one time. So then you're getting into your bed dirty. And I was like, yeah, that's a good point. Like, you're getting in your bed dirty, and you're so dirty that, like, the first thing you do when you get up in the morning is go take a shower. But so you had no problem, like, gunking up your sheets. I was like, well, that
I don't have a problem gunking
that makes
up my
a good
sheets.
point. Like, I would, if it didn't dry my skin out, like, I would love to shower twice a day. You know, take a shower in the morning, before bed, jump in there, take another shower. Why not? Who doesn't like showering? It's like the opposite of flossing.
I love taking showers.
Yeah,
but
that's
I
where you
can't-
get
I
all
don't
your
wanna
thinking done. You said,
Yes.
yeah,
And I'd rather just do that in the morning and get myself feeling fresh and clean for the day instead of potentially sleeping and waking up in the morning and being like, ugh, and
No,
like
I
not
agree.
showering.
yeah,
Like, I mean, I feel like you're getting into your bed dirty,
yeah.
but one could argue that you're getting into your bed clean and the bed is going to make you dirty.
I don't know what's going on in your bed.
Well, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that even if you're getting in your bed clean, it's still going to get sort of dirty.
Well, yeah, I mean, your dead skin cells and
Yes.
oils.
Yeah. So you're getting into that no matter what, even if you're
Yeah.
completely clean.
Yeah.
I'd rather be in that and then get out and get myself clean.
It also depends what kind of job you have. Like, I used to have a job where I 100% had to shower like first thing when I got home.
Okay.
So then it was like a switch to, and that job, I had to be at that job at like 7 a.m.
See,
So for multiple reasons, I would come home, take a shower, and then that was my shower. The next morning I got up because I know, like, I believe I don't care if I feel a little bit gross because I'm going to a job that's gross. So who cares? And I would just go do my job and just be gross the whole day and then come home, take a shower, and then sit down, play some Final Fantasy VII, nice and clean. This was back
I would
in,
probably
this was back
shower
in
when I got
97.
home and then shower the next morning too.
You could. That's what I said before. Like, take 2 showers. I just can't. My skin gets all dry,
That hypocrite
which is
takes
odd.
2
because
showers a day.
I'm. Yeah.
Sorry, that was just
Beastie Boys.
yeah, I know. That's one of the
mutation of a
make-
Beastie Boys line.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be the title of this episode.
Got it. That
That
hypocrite.
hypocrite smokes 2 packs a day. All right, last, just stupid, easy questions. All right.
Okay.
Same thing. You're getting ready to leave, right? I got to go pick my kids up from whatever stuff they're off doing, right? Whatever, right? I got to leave the house.
Mhm.
You're barefoot. Are you barefoot right now? Do you wear socks in
No.
the house, or you go barefoot?
No, I will wear my slippers when I get up
Uh-huh.
because of my my cold feet and my
Yes.
cold hands.
But it's summer right now. You still have
Right, but it's in the basement down here. Like
Yeah.
it's just concrete,
Oh, I
like
see.
underneath the vinyl flooring. So it just gets cold anyways.
Okay.
So I got to wear them like all the time here.
Okay. Well, for the sake of this question, you're not in the basement, so you're barefoot,
Mhm.
right? And I got to go put my socks and shoes on, so I can go pick up my kids from space camp or whatever it is that you guys do.
Yeah.
Do you go sock shoe, or do you go sock shoe on one side and then sock shoe on the other side?
A sock, shoe.
I bet sock shoe is a word in Japanese.
Sock shoe, probably. Can I like on that same thing? Like I cannot believe how popular right now with kids
Yeah.
and teenagers
Crocs.
and young adults
Crocs.
that wearing socks with Crocs
Oh.
is right now. Like that's like a look that is just normalized right now. I can't believe it. Like my kids do it. I've seen, I was at a thing a couple weeks ago and everyone was all dressed up nice. And one guy was dressed up nice, but was also wearing socks with Crocs.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, we had
It's
we
just-
had a contractor come over to the house the other day.
he was
And
wearing
he had
socks
his-
with Crocs.
No, but he had his son with him, and his son was, I'm going to guess, 10.
Wearing socks with Crocs.
Yeah, he had socks with Crocs, but then the Crocs had like bling all over them.
Oh yeah, they got like the
little metal like charm things or something.
Yeah.
I wasn't staring at his feet too much, but I was like, wow. That was like, because I think it was you. No, it wasn't you. It was somebody at work that told me about how Crocs are all in style, and that was, I think, the first time I really saw. Because I don't.
You start to notice.
I just don't. I don't ever. I'm never really around kids. Like I don't have friends with kids that I see. I don't. There's no kids where I work. There's no kid. I don't see kids. So
you could probably walk around the college campus and probably see.
Well, it's summer right now, so there's not a lot of people around.
Well, when the kids come back to school, like in force, like pay attention to it.
Okay.
Like think about it for a second, and you will see so much of that crap that it's going to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah. It probably won't. I don't care enough that I'm going to get uncomfortable, but like
what I'm saying,
you do you.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's just
What's
like,
making me uncomfortable is the color of this shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
just trust me, it looks better in person.
it looks like flesh.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like I made like I killed somebody and made a shirt out of their skin. But in person, it's more pink. It's just on camera, it has this weird peachy kind of.
It is peachy.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I think at this point, you've been listening to episode 36. Here's my question for you. I don't know, 36.
36. I mean.
Oh, the Clerks reference.
That's.
I'm not going to say that on the air, but my girlfriend has sucked.
It's 30. It's 37.
But then, because he gets corrected, because Dante says 36, and then he has to get corrected.
In a row? No,
Right.
it's 30. I think it's 37.
It is 37, but I'm saying at one point he says 36.
Okay.
Because when he's complaining about like
before
there's
he's not
gum in the
complaining,
locks
he's
and
not-
this happened and that happened, and my girlfriend has est 36 Ds.
Okay.
Which sounds better because it rhymes if you say it instead of initializing it like I did.
Well, it rhymes almost as well as socks and Crocs.
Yeah.
Socks and Crocs almost rhymes, or it kind of does.
It's, with Dr.
It's like
Seuss
poetry.
being dead, you think his family would like cash in instead of Fox and Socks? They could have Fox and Crocs, get some money from the Crocs people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
think so.
that's all I got for 36. Unfortunately,
That's all I got too.
it's 9 times 4. I can tell you that.
I hope everyone has a good week. And we'll
Next
see
week,
you soon.
next week's going to be a prime number, so look forward to that. 37.
Yeah, we'll come up with something good for that.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
All right, take care, everybody. Bye.